It was a cold, rainy December Canadian night. The clouds were red, bleeding, and I was scared. And I was about to buy my first camera, and I did it. I made the decision. I researched for 17 months straight. I picked the Panasonic J85. It had everything you need if it was a foot. Best stabilization in the business, flippy screen. Autofocus, you worry about that when you get there. Not now. Bought the body only. Great deal. Had no lens. Went to a coffee shop. Figured I'd get a little Leica. A Leica lens. 3D pop factor. Saw the thing. Put it on the camera. I cried. I cried instantly. The beauty scared my heart for the future. What could I become with that lens? An actor? A terrorist? I don't know. The future was mine. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy the lens. I bought a Mitakon. It was a manual focused Chinese knockoff. Softer than a camel's toe, wide open. Missed every shot I ever tried. Every single, it was just an ear focus. Panasonic ear focus technology did lead the industry at the time, but it wasn't impressing my audience like I thought it might. Those days are over, my friend. Those days are over. We have the Leica. We have it.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
We got it, my friend. I pounced hard. I saw this thing on Kijiji for $350 in Edmonton. I was like, you shipping? You gonna ship that thing? $20 later? It's here. We got it. I had to. I was debating the Olympus 25mm Tony 1.2. It's the better lens. It is, but this one has nostalgic purposes in my life. I had to have it. Let's switch to it. Why are we even on this piece of crap? We're actually on the Panasonic 25mm 1.7. So let us see if the purchase was worth it. I do believe it was. We got it. Oh, it's everything. Where's my Panasonic J85? It's not the same without it. Oh, man, I could have tapped a track. Oh, man. Is it good? Is there a 3D Leica pop factor that we have in our heart? Is it better than the 25 1.7 piece of shit that my friend borrowed? I'm going to throw it in the trash before he gets here to pick it up. Do you have any idea how different my life would have been had I bought this lens instead of the Mitakon? I may have never started the channel because all my issues were having to sit here trying to manually focus from so far away every video. It was so annoying. So I wouldn't want to use it. I just used my Sony X3000 for most of the videos inside my house. Even though it looked like absolute trash, I didn't give a shit. I was like, this is easier than that thing. I don't even want to make a video. If I would have had this instead, not only could I have had fun with the failing Panasonic autofocus, people would be like, what's happening in the background? Why is it pulsing? That's really annoying. Can you turn that off? No, I can't. But I could have. Later on, we could have seen if I could tap and run. Could I have made it? Or the app? Life would have been so easy. But having an easy life doesn't always lead you to the promised land. It's the struggles that make you the man you are today. Or woman. Women can struggle too. I've seen them, overcome them. Wow, good for you. It's the people we become along the way with the struggles that make us worthy of the Leica pop factor. I hate the lens. I have immediate buyer's remorse. I should have got the Olympus lens. It would autofocus better. How's the autofocus? Perfect. So smooth. No regrets. I tell you, I don't know that you could beat the Panasonic J85 and this lens for YouTube stuff. Even vlogging. We'll go outside soon and test this thing because that's why I bought it. I was like, that's enough reach if I get a super long Siriu tripod. It was 16 inches. Now we have the Nebula, 19 inches. And what you're on now is 52 frickers. That'll get you. But man, the look you could have got for it, like the G85 was about 1,000 Canadian. Right now it's probably $200 American. I actually saw it rudely for close to $1,000 today with a bullshit kit lens. I remember having that thing. I bought it, body only, get home, I have no lens. I'm like, why didn't I just get the kit lens? It was $100. It was a stupid kit lens anyway. I knew it was bad and I'd throw it out eventually, but I was bored and I had no lens. That sucked. But some dickhead. Yeah, you're getting $1,000 for that. That should be $12. But I tell you, I was debating. I almost bought a Sony a7S II at the time used if it wasn't for this diabolical bitch who was selling it without a battery door. It came with a battery grip, and then we took it off, and I was like, okay, you know what? Full frame, I might just do that. And then the door was missing if you didn't have the grip on. She's like, I have it at home. If you buy it, I'll mail it to you. I was like, can we just go get it? You live right by here. And she's like, no. She lost that thing 15 years ago. Guaranteed. I would have never received that mail. I'd be waiting every day by my mailbox. I don't even have one. But thanks to that evil bitch for doing the wrong thing that day, I ended up with the Panasonic J85, and I'm telling you, if you do a side-by-side vlog, your audience will be like, wow, J85 is so much smoother and more pleasing to watch. How much did that Sony cost you? What? Oh, wow. It's like it'll outperform it unless you're in here. Don't even switch to a Zeiss on you. But still, we have pop factor 6. I'm going to go outside, vlog with it, and then try to get 3-dimensional separation in fields, even though I have no ND filter and it'll be too bright. Let's put on Black Pro Mist. Oh my god, haven't I been doing that? Welcome to the Black Mist Leica Cinema. You may notice to your left that highlights are now blooming. Popcorn is $7. Highlight roll off? It rolled. Alright, let's go use this lens the way it was meant to be for vlogging. Oh, Leica. Where have you been? I remember being in the shop, downtown camera. I'm looking at the J85. I'm trying to decide which lens. I tried that 20mm 1.7. I was like, I had full frame envy. I was like, then 1.7 is not enough. That's 3.4. That's why I went with the Mitakon, because I was like, 1.8. That's close enough to the magical 1.4 of a full frame. And I was like, using this stick, and I was like, this could be good for vlogging. It's a little tight, so we can extend her on out there. Oh, we got it. That's a little heavier than the other lenses. Oh, that's a bitch. That's 205 grams of bitch right there. Oh, you stupid lens. At least we're on a gray day, so the 1.4 is doable. The cinema's ours. So I actually sold that Mitakon lens a long time ago. If you do the calculations, I still overpaid pretty hard to finally get the Leica back. It would have been $425 when I first had the chance to buy it, and now I got it for $370. But the Mitakon, I lost some money on that one, so we still come out pretty darn. Oh god, it's snowing. There's a tonnet dog. How do you... where do you go when you're hungry as a tonnet dog? Who feeds you when you get there? The magical... Am I within the focus distance already? It's funny because there's a version 2 of this lens that's weather sealed. I'd be safe right now, but I'm not. There's no safety to be had. How's the autofocus performing? I noticed it lost me in the living room when I leaned into the mic, and then I came back, it stayed on the mic. Oh, that's a bitch. Usually you can trust Olympus. They're like 90% trustworthy. I tell you, Sony is like almost 100%. I've had that thing for so long. It's almost impossible to get it to lose you ever. Like, you have to be super underexposed with a backlit scenario and covering your face, and it'll still reach you eventually, but so reliable. So was Nikon. Canon lost me a lot, but sometimes they could be reliable. And Olympus, you're right there with Canon, is somewhat trustworthy. That's why I was going to get the Olympus Pro lens, 25mm 1.2. For the studio, it would have been better. It would never lose you. Olympus lenses on Olympus bodies behave best, but it was too heavy to do this. And this is what you want. This is what you want. What you really want, however, is to be in a 3-dimensional plane and have Olympus track you, even though it's using a Panasonic lens. There's no reason it should track, but it could. It could. Not saying it will. Do you see the pop? There's bound to be. It's not just depth of field. The box lost me. That's a bitch. That's unexpected. That's a bad purchase. Handheld distance? Not bad. It's worthy. As I stand before you completely camouflaged by the tree, ow, I emerge like a cocoon, like a butterfly. Why is it hailing? I'm three-dimensionally popping. That's hail. That is hail storming. Eventually, Olympus gets you. I'm going to do a Leica versus Zeiss 3D pop factor comparison because I've learned a couple stuff. I'll post you some articles in that video, not this one. Don't jump my guns, bitch. But there's something magic to the old lenses, and Leica and Zeiss seem to know this, and they do it. Some of the old Nikkor lenses, they got it. But like the new modern stuff is too perfectionist. Oh, ultimate corner sharpness. How is the corner sharpness, by the way? I do believe this is the rule of 1/16. It's good. Wow. I tell you, this tripod was a good purchase. The Viwa is long, like there's nothing longer, and if it's a little windy, which it is today, I still trust it, kind of. You spread those legs wide, she'll hold you. That's a demonetized warning immediately. But that makes me worry, like these new oh, what is this shit? Oh man. Oh, the mud storm. The new modern lenses, like the Canon RF 16mm, like there's so many compromises. What the hell is that? I hear it. What is it? Is it just that tree about to So modern lenses have too many compromises I'm not willing to make. I don't know, man. I don't know about you. But if I'm going for a new lens, it's got to be a Zeiss or a Leica. Or something old, vintage shit that autofocuses somehow. I tell you, I almost sold my Zeiss Batis. I was thinking of it because it was so close to my 20mm. I was like, do I need this thing? Yes, I did. I had a guy who was like, I'll be there soon. And I was second guessing it. I was panicking. I was like, don't do it. Don't sell it. You'll regret that. I already regret so much. That Fuji X-T4, the Viltrox, it's coming. It's on its way. I don't know how I'm going to test it, but I accepted it. I'll find a way. But I kind of regret selling that thing. I could have had it. Oh, man, I just needed more space to hold the gear. Oh, why do I sell things? The G9. Oh. Ow. The S1. I took you to a lake and not only didn't hide it from you, but I brought out its beauty in a Leica-like fashion. In my opinion, Micro Four Thirds Tone is smoother than the ridiculous amounts you get with full frame. Although, I'm not saying I'm willing to back out of that contract. At home, like, you kind of want that. But out in the world, just vlogging with full frame handheld distance with like completely obliterated backgrounds, it doesn't look good. I try it on my Sony, I stop it down to 2.8. You could do 5.6. You could. You shouldn't. I kind of like this style of vlogging where you choose a beauty shot, you set up your scene, you go talk some shit just for a short time, and then you move on to the next thing. Let's never move on from this. I'm in the small half of the frame. Bottom 1/3. Look who's a man. Don't come to my woods unless you want a jackhammer in the kneecap. If this vlog was on the Panasonic G9, do you have any idea the difficulties? Actually, it would have been much easier. I could have just tapped on any tree that I wanted to focus and then go stand by it, and it definitely would have had me. It's just you're in a prison at that point. You can't move. Just like Fuji. Oh, I got so many comments on that Fuji video. I've never had Fuji autofocus problems. Why are you lying to yourself? Get real. I've had problems with Sony autofocus. They're odd time, very rare, but like you're acting like you've never had a Fuji camera hunt? Why lie to your team? I know all the little focus hacks. You put a box here, but you're stuck in that box, and I move all the time. I'm vlogging over here, then I switch arms, I'm on this side. It's like, you can't do that. And even in my home studio, I swivel on that chair. I like to move. I like the freedom. And so many times I set up that box and it's like, oh, and then you lean outside it 1 second, boom, gone. So the G9 for this vlog, it could have worked. It would have taken so much more time. When I'm hand holding, I would have had to take a glove off, do that tap to, I don't even know if it would work with that distance. That's a tough one. And then for spots like this, like what would I tap on now? It wouldn't get it. So Olympus, you've saved Micro Four Thirds' life. We juxtapositioned ourselves with a red tree on the side of this, complementing the skin tones. I'm in the middle now. I wish this was doable one-handed. It's so, oh God. But if you had, I was thinking of developing a tripod. You hold it down here, so it's completely straight-armed. It's very easy. It would have to be long, so it's up like that, but it has a counterweight at the back here, and then it feels like nothing, but it would be so heavy to bring with you, you might never use it, and my business would go under, but that's fine. Who minds losing $15,000 on the startup? Not me. Welcome to the money shot. Oh no, there's a couple coming. Oh, I planned this. I traveled for days to get here. They're ruining my life. They have a dog. Why did you get a dog? Have a child, you stupid... So it feels good. It feels good to finally have the lens of my dreams. I don't know how it's actually performing. It may be more nostalgia than actual good technology. And Leica's part in making this lens was likely just a signing of a release form of some sort. But I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's a Leica lens at heart. And we're done here for today. Ah, yeah. Not one duck. Where's the ducks? Why do they fly? Oh man, where's the frozen frogs that stay there forever? Oh, there's one. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's never coming back. Oh, wow. That's a bitch. Oh, nature's a bitch. Alright, I'm gonna leave. How was the lens? And your purchasing pleasure through my affiliate links, how did that go? Good? I'm glad for you. It's Leica. I'm gonna go. You can subscribe. It's not illegal.